Dear students, today we can take another example of balancing of accounting equation. So format I already said you how to make statement showing balancing of accounting equation. First column transactions we can write, second column asset, then third column capital plus liability, that is asset is equal to capital plus liability. Now first transaction is commenced business with cash rupees 3 lakhs, furniture rupees 2 lakhs and goods rupees 1 lakh. So owner started business with a 3 lakh rupees cash. So cash is an asset. So asset side is separate heading cash 3 lakhs. The owner brought furniture also. So as furniture is an asset side heading furniture 2 lakhs. And the owner brought goods also 1 lakh. So asset side goods stock, separate heading stock 1 lakh rupees. So total 3 lakh plus 2 lakhs plus 1 lakh, all together owner invested 6 lakh, that is capital. So liability side under the heading capital 6 lakhs. So owner commenced business with cash 3 lakhs, so cash 3 lakhs. He brought furniture 2 lakhs, so furniture 2 lakhs. And goods, so that means stock 1 lakh. Total investment by the owner is 6 lakh, that is in the liability side. Okay, so 3 lakh cash plus 2 lakh furniture plus 1 lakh stock, total capital 6 lakh. Second transaction, sold goods to Mohan, costing rupees 50,000 for rupees 65,000. In this question, sold goods to Mohan, name only mentioned, it is not mentioned, it is for cash. Then it is a credit sales, keep in mind. Okay, sold goods to Mohan only given, that means it is not mentioned, it is for cash. Then name only mentioned, then it is for credit. So sold goods to Mohan, costing rupees. So how much rupees goods we sold? 50,000 rupees goods. The goods sold means stock will decrease. So from this stock, already 1 lakh rupees stock we having, from that 50,000 we sold. So from this stock 50,000 we have to minus. Okay, for what price we sold? For rupees 65,000. That means we sold goods for credit. So Mohan is our debtor. When you selling goods on credit, the Mohan is our debtor. So debtor we know it is our asset. So asset side is separate heading debtor. How much money we have to receive from Mohan? 65,000. So under asset side debtor we will write 65,000. So Mohan is our debtor. Debtor have to pay money to us for the sale of goods, that is 65,000 we have to receive from Mohan, who is the debtor for us. Okay, then now we can see 50,000 goods we sold for 65,000 means profit. How much profit? 15,000. Profit we know we have to add it to capital because it is increase the owner's equity. So 15,000 profit we will add it to capital 6 lakh. Now after first two transaction we have to underline. Okay, already cash 3 lakhs total, furniture 2 lakhs total, stock 1 lakh, 50,000 we sold, balance 50,000, debtor is 65,000, capital 6 lakh plus 15,000 profit 6 lakh 15,000. Okay, now next transaction is outstanding salary of 10,000. Outstanding salary means the pending salary. Any salary of this year is pending to pay. We not paid the salary till now. Then we will call it as outstanding. So this year's salary we are pending to pay. Till now if we not paid, then that is known as outstanding salary. So salary not paid yet is known as outstanding salary. So outstanding pending salary means this is our obligation to pay, it is our liability. So it is a current liability. So outstanding salary we will write liability side separate heading outstanding salary. Okay, because outstanding salary, any outstanding expense is our liability only. So liability side separate heading outstanding salary. How much outstanding salary? 10,000 outstanding salary. See, this is salary. Salary means our expense. Expense means this year expense. This is the this year expense. This year expense is our profit will decrease, right? So profit will decrease means it will affect capital. Okay, so capital also will 10,000 will decrease. So every expense we know it will decrease capital. Here why it is came on the liability side outstanding salary, because it is pending to pay, we not paid yet. So something is obligation to pay is our liability. So outstanding salary is our current liability we have to pay. Okay. So that's why a liability side separated in, as well as it is our expense. Expense will affect capital also. Capital will decrease. So after that we have to total 3 lakhs cash, 2 lakhs furniture, 50,000 stock, 65,000 debtor, and capital 6,50,000 minus 10,000, 6,05,000. Then outstanding salary 10,000. Now next transaction is depreciation on furniture at the rate of 10%. Depreciation on furniture means any furniture value, any asset value decrease because of we are using, keep on using, because of time going, the asset value will decrease. Okay. So that whenever asset value decrease, we will call it as depreciation. So here we have one asset, that is fixed asset furniture. This furniture value decreased. How much decreased? 10%. So whenever we keep on using furniture, its value will decrease. So depreciation on furniture is 10, but it is a loss for us. It is a non-cash expense. It is a depreciation is a non-cash expense. Cash is not going, but it is an expense for the business. So depreciation on furniture 10%. So furniture is 2 lakhs. It's a 10% means 2 lakhs 10% is 20,000. 10% how to calculate? 2 lakh into 10 by 100. So when you calculate, we will get it 20,000. So depreciation on furniture 10%. Depreciation means decrease in the value of assets. So furniture value decrease. That means furniture value now 20,000 decreased. So 2 lakh minus 20,000. Now furniture value only 1,80,000. I already said depreciation is a non-cash expense. Expense will always affect the capital. Okay. So capital will decrease. So 6,05,000 minus 20,000, 5,85,000. So now we can total again. Cash is 3 lakhs. Furniture 2 lakh minus depreciation 1,80,000. Stock 50,000. Debtor 65,000. Capital 6,05,000 minus 20,000, 5,85,000, and outstanding salary 10,000. Okay. Now next transaction, purchased goods for rupees 30,000. We purchased goods. So name is not mentioned. So name is not mentioned means it is a cash purchase. Nothing mentioned also. It is for credit, then it is a cash purchase. Okay. So purchase goods. Purchase goods means cash is going. How much goods we purchase? 30,000. So from the cash 30,000 we have to minus. So when you purchasing goods, so what is coming to us? Stock. So stock will increase 30,000. Okay. So stock, already 50,000 stock was there. Now we purchase 30,000 more. So stock will increase 30,000. Okay. So after that we have to underline 3 lakh minus 30,000 we purchase, balance 2 lakh 70,000 cash. So this is remaining same furniture 1,80,000, and stock 50,000 minus 50,000 plus 30,000 we purchased more. So now it is stock 80,000 and debtor 65,000, capital 5,85,000, and outstanding salary 10,000. Now last transaction, commission received in advance. We received advance commission 20,000. Always remember, any income received in advance, it is our liability. Okay, if you receive anything in advance, it is our liability. So any income received in advance is our current liability. So commission we received in advance. That means it not belongs to this year, it belongs to next year. So that is why any advance received this year belongs to next year, it is our liability. So this year it is a liability. So 20,000 rupees we received in advance. So we have to write liability side separate heading, commission received in advance. Otherwise you can write advance commission. Okay. How much commission we received? 20,000 rupees commission we received. This commission received means we cash received. Cash we will add. Okay, 20,000 cash we received. So add it to cash. Why it is not affecting capital? Because this commission is not belongs to this year. We know according to matching principle, this year expense and this year income only we can consider. Previous year and next year we cannot consider. So this commission is belongs to next year. So next year only we can add it to capital. This year you cannot add. So cash came 20,000 as well as commission is a liability. So liability side, commission received in advance 20,000, cash will increase 20,000. So now cash value become 2,70,000 plus 20,000, 2,90,000, and furniture 1,80,000, and stock 80,000, debtor 65,000, capital 5,85,000, outstanding salary 10,000, and now commission received in advance 20,000. So all the transaction over you have to total. So now when you total, we will get cash 2,90,000, then furniture 1,80,000, stock 80,000, debtor 65,000, capital 5,85,000, outstanding salary 10,000, and commission received in advance 20,000. So when you total this, we will get 6,15,000. Both the side it will come 6,15,000. So now you saw that, proved that the asset is equal. Therefore, asset is equal to capital plus liability. Every transaction when you taking asset will be equal to capital plus liability. Okay. So go through the questions and once again practice a lot. Okay. Thank you so much. If you want to know the mistake after every transaction, you should check both sides is equal or not. Don't wait for last how to check. Every transaction you have to check it is equal or not. Thank you so much.